Hey everyone, welcome to Home Matters, the podcast where we help you make the most informed decisions for your home renovation and improvement projects. Whether you're swapping out windows, tackling a kitchen makeover, or getting a new roof, we've got the tips, the tricks, and the insights that you need. So let's get into today's topic. Hey, welcome back to the Home Matters, the podcast where we turn your home into a haven of knowledge and security. Today, we're going to be going into the world of plumbing. It's a topic that can intimidate even the handiest homeowner. But don't worry, I've got you covered. I've had my own set of headaches over the years, both as a contractor, but also as a homeowner when we try to tackle things that really we have no business in doing. So from materials to maintenance and even some money matters, we're going to flesh out not all, but some of the plumbing issues and just things overall that you need to think about when you decide to either A, do it yourself, or B, hire a plumber and sometimes a handyman. So let's dive right in. All right, understanding plumbing materials. First things first, let's talk the materials. In plumbing, it's all about the pipes. Copper has long been the favorite for its durability, but PEX piping is becoming popular for its flexibility and ease of installation. Know what you have in your home, as it can affect everything from water pressure to the taste of your water. Now, early detection of issues. So, catching a problem early can save you tons of headaches and money. Now, look out for signs of decreased water pressure, discolored water, or even unexpected increase in your water bill. These can be a telltale signs of a leak or a blockage somewhere in your system. And I can attest for that. It was 9 months of paying a higher water bill before I was able to catch the fact that we had a small leak in one of our toilets because the toilet wasn't running, right? But it was just triggering a little bit of a leak through the supply line, and we didn't figure that out. And the water company also didn't catch that on their clock. They call it intermittent leak. So their system saw that, and then finally 9 months later sent me a postcard, and I called them. They came out. They first of all found out that the meter was not fully functional, so we changed the meter. But once the new meter was up, we found out that we had a leak, and then we were able to fix that. So definitely keep an eye on by early detection. And one way you can do that is by having them come out. They can give you, most water companies, ours here in Florida, gives you 2 annual reports where they can come out and tell you exactly the times, the peak times that you've been using water, how many gallons, and then you can decide for yourself and say, hey, look, no one is home between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m., but how come there's water being used? That might or for sure be a sign of a leak, right? So doing that assessment can be crucial. Now, when to call a professional? Well, while many minor plumbing issues can be a DIY fix, some are best left off to the pros. Now, if you're dealing with major leaks, water heater issues, for example, renovations that involve plumbing, like removing a toilet, a sink, rerouting pipes, then it's time to call the expert. So for me, there are a few types of projects that I think that the average homeowner can tackle, even just by watching a YouTube video. So fixing a toilet is one, but there are different components to a toilet, right? You have the supply line, you have the valve, you have the pump, and you have the toilet itself. So if you have to remove a whole toilet, that might be a project beyond your level of expertise, or you might not even have the tools. If it's outside, a sprinkler, well, if there's a sprinkler head that's just leaking, it might be easy to fix a sprinkler head. But in the other hand, if you have an actual leak in the pipe and you have to dig through the dirt to actually find out where that leak is happening, which, by the way, this happened to me, then it's time to call a professional. And I did do that in that instance. Now, changing a shower head, very simple task. Most people can do that. A dishwasher, reconnecting a dishwasher, or a washing machine, a ice maker, with a new fridge. Those appliances, I recommend you leave it to the pros, because they're not only going to have the right tools, which really not too many tools, just a few wrenches, right? But they are going to use the right plumber tape, the right plumber putty, and all of that stuff, and be able to assure that it was installed properly. I know of people who've installed supply lines, and when they put that clamp in the rubber pipe, if they don't put it on right, you can have a leak. And then I had a client long ago who decided they were going to change their own washer to save the money, and they ended up having a flood in their house because they didn't put on the clamp hard enough, right? Or properly. So super important for you to figure that out. In terms of pricing for fixing a toilet or just changing a faucet, let's talk about that. Well, a leaky toilet can range between $50 to $150 for a simple repair, and then it can go up from there for the entire toilet. As you know, you can buy a toilet for as little as $100, all the way on up to thousands of dollars for like a total toilet. But installing it might cost you $100 for a simple toilet. And it really depends if you're working with a handy person, right? A handyman, or if you're working with a professional plumber. Some plumbers have a basic fee of just a flat fee of $150 just to come out and detect what you have. And then if you do the job with them, they will credit you that amount for the full job. Now, as for faucets, if it's a basic replacement, you might be able to do it yourself. But if you're going to have someone come out and do it, they can be charging you anywhere between $100 to about $150 for just one faucet, right? They've got to reroute everything. And then there's also, there are faucets that are more complex, because in the assembly of the faucet itself, let's say it's a touch or motion sensor, and you've got to connect it to electricity and all of that. For example, a faucet that's going to go into the kitchen. But listen, if you paid a couple $100 for a faucet, I get it. You're probably going to spend, $50 to $100 to install. But if you paid $1,000 for a faucet and it requires a lot of assembly, guess what? You're going to end up paying $200 for an installation. Now, remember that these are just ballpark figures, depends on where you are, and it's based on your location, complexity. And then, of course, at the end of the day, you want to always do your due diligence, as we've talked about here many times. Just like in the last episode, we were talking about siding, and previous episodes about kitchens, bathrooms, whatever the topic in your house. I'm always going to remind you, you need to do your homework. Make sure that you not only look at the contractor's website, and then make sure that they provide you with, license, insurance. You check the state and county website to make sure that they are truly licensed, insured, and then go a step beyond that and look at their reviews. Don't look at the reviews just on Google or Facebook. Look across the website. Make sure there are no complaints. Talk to the contractor and ask for actual referrals of jobs that they've recently done. Talk to those customers, right? And do your homework, and don't shortchange yourself by going with the first contractor that gives you a quote. Call 3, 4, 5, however many it takes until you feel comfortable, and then make sure that they come through with everything that they promised. All right. So that's all I have for you today. A little whirlwind into the world of plumbing. Remember, the key to avoiding plumbing pitfalls is early detection. I've been there where I did not do that and then ended up paying much more because I waited. So, and it's also knowing when to call the experts, talk to your neighbors, to community, and ask for referrals as well. Now, for more plumbing tips and tricks, visit our blog at localcontractor.co or follow us on the social channels. This is your host, Alex. I am your go-to guide for all things home. Until the next episode, thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in to the Home Matters podcast. Remember, a great home starts with making smart choices. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on a new episode. For more resources or to get in touch with a trusted local contractor, check out localcontractor.co. Until next time, take care and happy renovating.